Parts of Bronson are shutting down tomorrow to make way for construction.
Thomas Mulcair takes the reins as NDP leader.
The hospital in Ontario is investigating whether social networking can hurt your health. Good afternoon, I'm Amanda Stephen.
And I'm Sarah Thuswaldner. Welcome to CJTV News at 3 for March 26, 2012. Thomas Mulcair won the new Democratic Party leadership bid this weekend, but his work has just begun. He seems to be off to a good start. He was welcomed into the House of Commons Monday with a roar of applause.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Today, our reporter Harrison Lohman spoke with political experts on this changing of the guard.
The house that Jack built has a new tenant today, as NDP leader Thomas Mulcair has his first day on the job. During his campaign, Mulcair stressed the need to unite all progressives under the NDP banner. This has raised concern amongst party members that he may force a merger with the Liberal Party. The Conservatives are already on attack mode against Mulcair, describing him as an opportunist with a divisive personality. Carleton political science professor Jonathan Malloy says these attacks will continue in question period today.
I think they'll probably look at Mr. Mulcair in terms of his relative inexperience in the federal scene. They'll go back at his Quebec record as a provincial minister. They'll attack him anywhere they can, really. So we'll see how it unfolds. We'll see exactly what their attack line is going to be, though.
With Mulcair, it's going to be very easy, again, because he is quite the reactionary kind of character. He opens himself up to a lot of things where he says things that won't necessarily reflect that well on his party.
I can't say I'm particularly excited about Mulcair being chosen, but at this point it makes sense for us to rally behind him, and I'm looking forward to seeing where things go. I mean, it's his first morning in the House of Commons as Leader of the Opposition today, and I'm looking forward to seeing the media reports when I get back from class.
We can expect more back and forth as we await the upcoming budget release this Thursday. Harrison Lohman, CJTV News.
Alberta's new party leaders are preparing for an election. Premier Alison Redford announced this morning that Albertans will go to the polls on April 23rd. Redford is seeking her first mandate after taking leadership of the Progressive Conservatives in October. The Liberals also have new leadership under Raj Sherman.
In Ontario, the top court ruled today that some of Canada's anti-prostitution laws are unconstitutional. The courts ruled that laws banning brothels put prostitutes in danger. As a result, sex workers will now be able to work in designated indoor spaces and hire support staff like bodyguards and drivers. Dominatrix Terry Jean Bedford and two other sex workers challenged the laws in 2009. In addition to laws concerning brothels and bodyguards, they argued public solicitation should be allowed. The court ruled that solicitation laws should remain as they are. It also upheld bans on pimping. The judge said nuisance created by street prostitution is a concern.
The latest statistics show Canada's youth unemployment rate is almost twice the national average. Unemployment for youth aged 15 to 24 is 14.7%. 27,000 fewer youth have jobs this year. A report from TD Economics says young people are competing against adults who lost their jobs in the recession and may have decades of experience. More and more, students are forced to take jobs that don't reflect their university or college degrees. Some say youth unemployment is bigger than the numbers suggest. The 14.7% statistic only includes those youth who collect unemployment insurance or in the welfare system.
Students are giving Carleton administration a report card, and the grades aren't good. In a General Assembly, about 40 students met to criticize President Roseanne Runte's performance and the current administration. Samantha Amoon reports.
Some students gathered today to criticize the administration's decision-making. They are fed up with the undemocratic practices of the Board of Governors. Some students feel they are lacking a space to speak out on student affairs.
I really think that there lacks a space on campus to discuss a wide range of issues across different boundaries as well. So undergraduates, graduates, teaching assistants, staff.
Christian Belil, the student organizer of the Assembly, says there's a disconnect between board members and students.
We're seeing a huge disconnect between the senior administration and the students, which is occurring because anytime there's an action, they bring security guards. They don't want to come out to talk to us. They want us to just look stupid and then say we were raucous and stuff like that when we have legitimate grievances.
Alexander Golovko is a student representative on the Board of Governors and next year's Student Council president. He says over the past year, he has encouraged students to speak to him about their concerns.
Did not feel personally like the students or people on campus have tried to reach out to me.
The Board of Governors is meeting next month to discuss the President's performance and the budget. Samantha Amoon, CJTV News, Ottawa.
Canada's main morphine supplier says their drugs are now safe. Sandoz Canada released hundreds of thousands of newly inspected vials today after recalls last week. Earlier this month, a Toronto hospital found 4 vials falsely labeled as morphine. They contained an adrenaline-like drug used in cases of cardiac arrest. Ottawa had to use some of its emergency drug reserve during the recall. Sandoz says the drug shortage is now over. Its new shipment will satisfy the demand for morphine for more than a month.
Ottawa police have found the culprit of a prescription drug robbery from earlier this month. 19-year-old Derek Giguère was arrested on robbery and weapons charges. Police believe Giguère is the man who bought a gun into a Montreal Road pharmacy on March 15th. Police say anyone with information about the robbery should contact them.
Tomorrow, the city begins construction on one of Ottawa's main arteries. It's the first leg of a construction project with $30 million price tag. The project will start by closing Bronson Avenue between Somerset and Catherine. Margaret Campbell has the story.
Here today, gone tomorrow. Bronson Avenue is a busy street for Ottawa commuters, but starting tomorrow morning, a part of the street will be closed until December. Rob Decker of the Centertown Citizens Community Association says he hopes the construction will address safety issues.
Cross the street safely. We have families that live in the area, and our concern is that the families, the children on their bikes and the strollers are being compromised by the speed of the traffic on Bronson.
It's phase 1 of the Bronson Avenue renewal project, and it will cause some issues.
There are going to be some delays, so we're hoping that OC Transpo will keep an eye on the bus schedule, use their GPS system to figure out where the buses are. Are there ways that they can change the routes and change the timing for the buses and the way they're being rerouted?
The number 4 bus line on Bronson is one of the main routes serving Carleton University, but students aren't sure how construction will affect them.
Replace the pipes and stuff because they're really old.
I'm not too sure. I'm just kind of worried about how I'll get there, how to get to school, because I don't know where it goes. Like I said, I don't exactly know how it's going to get to Carleton, and I know I just have to walk a little farther than usual.
Buses will detour down Line and Kent Street. The city is suggesting cycling and telecommuting to deal with increased traffic and also have many detours planned for cars. Decker says he hopes the city will stay on schedule with construction to avoid a large impact on the local businesses. Margaret Campbell, CJTV, Ottawa.
Social media's phenomenon has taken a hit. Despite overwhelming initial interest, criticisms against Kony 2012 are bogging the movement down. The viral documentary condemning Joseph Kony and his use of child soldiers is losing steam in Ottawa. While more than 300 individuals pledged to attend on Facebook, Ottawa's screening saw a lackluster attendance. This has some people wondering if Kony 2012 will live up to its hype.
Everyone was really wanted to be a part of it, I think. And then just as time went by and people heard all these criticisms and the other view of behind the organization, I think they started to just discredit it.
Invisible Children is planning to make their mark on cities across North America on April 20th in their event Cover the Night. Hopefully they'll have a better turnout.
Is your social network hurting your health? The Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario is about to look into this question. With more than 800 million people on Facebook every day, the answer will affect many. Catherine Cross has the story.
Screen-to-screen socializing. Facebook, Twitter, and other social networking sites have never been more popular.
There's nothing wrong with it, it's access to the world, right?
This popularity is leading researchers to ask whether social networks affect mental health. Recent studies suggest that social networking can be linked to anxiety, depression, low self-esteem, or the opposite, becoming annoyingly self-obsessed. Right. Josh Greenberg says it's not that simple.
The most important thing to keep in mind is that these aren't either-or questions, that either social media use encourages healthy behavior or it encourages unhealthy behaviors. There's always a mix of both.
18 million Canadians are on Facebook. That's over half of Canada's population, making Canada the nation with the highest percentage of Facebookers. For some, the need to stay connected can border on addiction.
You say you're addicted?
Yeah, definitely.
I have accounts, Facebook, Tweet.
Yeah, I definitely know some people that are just whenever you log on to Facebook, no matter what time of day it is,
you always know they're going to be on. It's just like, what else are you doing?
Just wasn't for me. I just got sick of it. Too, it's kind of a fake life, I find, almost. You know what I mean? I don't know.
It's the sort of ubiquitous way in which social media becomes part of the kind of the rhythm of their everyday activity.
Research into the health effects of social media use is just beginning. The Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario is about to start the largest study of its kind among University of Ottawa students. Catherine Cross, CJTV News, Ottawa.
Ottawa's annual August Fair, Super X, aims to reopen this summer. Ottawa's last X was held in 2010 at Lansdowne Park. The new site for the 2012 X is being developed on Albion Road. The Super X will deliver a check to the City of Ottawa Thursday to cover the $280,000, the cost of renting Lansdowne Park for the 2009 event. The city forgave a debt of more than $310,000 from 2010.
Marshalls will be opening up a store in Ottawa this Thursday. The American chain is opening up 6 new Canadian locations, including one in Ottawa's train yards. A Marshalls spokesperson says there has been a demand for stores in Ottawa. Marshalls boasts that it offers designer clothing at affordable prices.
And that's the news. I'm Amanda Stephen.
And I'm Sarah Thuswaldner. Thanks for joining us at CJTV News Ottawa.